How can I turn a form response directly into a calendar event? Hi, this is Eliot from Workload. Make sure to subscribe to our channel to get more daily tutorials. In this video, we'll be building a workflow starting with a new form response in Google Forms. Then we'll be formatting the data using the AI Wizard by Workload before finally creating a calendar event in Microsoft Outlook Calendar. All right, let's build a workflow. So we're going to start here at the workload editor. We'll give our workflow a title. This is going to be Google Forms to Outlook Calendar event. And we're going to select our trigger by clicking in the trigger box. Our triggering app is going to be Google Forms. So I can either type that into our search bar here, or I've used this app recently, so I can just select it from down here. The event that we want this workflow to monitor is our new form response. I want to connect to my Google account. If you have any issues connecting to the apps you use in this workflow, check out the blog in the description of the video. With our Google apps, you have to select which files you want to share with Workload. I already have these files shared, including the interview sign up file, which is what I'm going to be using for this workflow, so I can just move along. If you have not shared the files, you'll have to select them from the menu here. The form that I want this trigger to monitor is that interview sign up form. So whenever I get a new response to this specific form, then this workflow is going to initiate. I'm going to test that trigger, and we have some form responses. And you can see it gives you several different responses to the form. Usually it doesn't matter, but if there's a specific form response that you want to use to build your workflow, then you can select that one from the list. I'm going to use form response 3. If I look at the raw console here, you can see all of the answers to our form questions are hidden inside of all these different arrays, and there's kind of more information here than we need. So we're going to need to extract this information from the form response in order to make it easier to add into Outlook Calendar. So the way we're going to do that is click Continue here. I'm going to select the AI Wizard by Workload, which is our popular built-in tool. We're going to format data. The input data is going to come from that response to our trigger. And I'm going to select this entire answers array. And the prompt is going to be pull out the answer fields and turn into an object. We have a success. Now we have those answers to our form questions pulled out so we can easily add them into Outlook Calendar. So we'll click Continue here. We're going to add a step. This is going to be in Microsoft Outlook. The event is going to be Create Event. I'm going to select which calendar I want to add this event to. So when you sign into Microsoft Outlook here in the editor, it'll automatically import all of your calendars to choose from. I'm just going to use my basic calendar for this example. You might want to create a separate interviews calendar if this is the workflow you're building. The subject, I'm going to just use the name of the person being interviewed. Actually, I'm going to write interview dash, and then come to that step 2 and select their name. I'm realizing now we need a start date and time and an end date and time. We have a start date and we have a start time, but if you notice, they're separate fields. We have the date here and the time there. So I want to combine those into one field and then add an hour to that in order to create an end time. So I'm going to come back up in between steps 2 and step 3 and click the plus sign and add a step. Click on that box. This is going to be the AI Wizard by Workload. The event is going to be format data. The input data is going to come from that step 2. It's going to be the date, space, and then the time. And the prompt is going to be combined into one date time. And we'll test this action. And now we have a date time in the format that Outlook wants. So we're going to click continue. We have to add another step here by clicking on the plus sign, add the step button, click on this box. Again, the AI wizard by Workload. Again, we're going to format data. The input data this time is going to be from that step 3 we just created, the date time. And the prompt is going to be add 1 hour to this time. So all of our interviews in this workflow will be blocked off for an hour of time. And we have a success. An hour has been added to that time. So as you can see, there's kind of a lot of steps in this simple workflow. Sometimes that happens when there has to be a lot of formatting in order to get our 2 different apps to communicate with each other. But once this workflow is set up, all of this will be happening automatically behind the scenes without you having to do any more work. So now we can come back to our step 5 and click on the action step. The information we already put in is still there. Now we can come to the start date and time. That's going to be from step 3. And then the end date and time is coming from step 4. Is this an all-day event? No. The description I'm going to use from that step 2 is the job they're applying for. So overnight custodian. And then we'll say that we are busy because we are conducting this interview. So I will click continue, and then I'm going to test this action. And we have a success. So I can click continue here. I can look over at my calendar. Now I can see that interview has been added on the right date and time. And it has the name of the person and the position they're applying for. So it looks like our workflow worked correctly. I can come back over to the workload editor. I'm noticing that my trigger has a red dot in the corner, so I'm going to click on there. And sometimes that's all it takes in order for the node to turn green. So now all of our nodes have a green dot in the corner. So our workflow is ready to go. I can come up to the top right corner and click on this activation button. And now every time I get a new form response to that specific form, all the data will be formatted and then used to create an event in Microsoft Outlook Calendar. That's how you can use Workload to build a workflow that automatically turns a form response into an Outlook Calendar event. Please join the Workload community by commenting on this post with any questions you might have or suggestions for future videos. You should also like this video and click here to subscribe to our channel, or click here to get more content from Workload about how to make your business practices more smoothly. And I'll see you next time.